Hello everyone and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto Channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XLM. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XLM. I'm going to start with this. And Chain.ai integrates with Stellar to bring enhanced security and compliance to developers. As the Web3 ecosystem continues to expand, it's becoming increasingly clear that security is not a luxury but a necessity, said Dr. Victor Fang, CEO and co-founder of Chain.ai. We are committed to providing cutting-edge security and risk monitoring solutions that enable Web3 platforms to operate with confidence. We're excited to build a more secure and sustainable Web3 future on Stellar. And you know, I want to see more growth around the Stellar network as well. I want more projects to come on board. That's how you do it. When something's more secure, people will use it. All you need to know about Stellar blockchain. Now, I want to point out use cases of Stellar. So you have cross-border payments and remittances, which everybody talks about. Tokenization of assets is different, and that's becoming something that's going to grow year over year. A lot of people don't realize that. And when I look at a crypto to invest in, I want to make sure it's well-rounded. And in my opinion, XLM is very well-rounded. Micropayments and donations. Nobody talks about micropayments. They talk about person-to-person payments, but they never really talk about the small payments that are going to happen in the future, and such as music, videos. Then you got to look at subscription services, paying bills. There's going to be so many payments that people forgot about, and they will be brought to light when everything is happening on a daily basis. Decentralized exchanges. Stellar can create a DEX that allows users to trade cryptocurrencies without going through a centralized exchange. And we're seeing more and more of that happen now. And that's also very important as you see the SEC trying to cut off the on-off ramps and exchanges. Look what's going on with Coinbase. Franklin Templeton's decision to use Stellar blockchain wasn't made lightly. Take a listen.
Well, it's so funny because I remember, I think it was in November of 2019, there was a filing that you guys had made that was picked up by, and it was the first mention of using the Stellar blockchain. And I was like, this is exactly the way that you want open technology to work. You guys looked at this, made your decisions about what you were going to do. No one had to force you. Like no one went out and said, hey, we're going to pay you lots of money to do this. You guys figured it out. We were thrilled to see that because that's exactly what we want to see happen all over the world. And what we do see happen, not at this scale necessarily, but small individual developers in other parts of the world can grab the technology and do it. But once we did, we were like, hey, we should be talking to them. And so we started the conversations, and it's just been so nice to watch the journey.
Yeah.
And to watch that, you guys did very methodically approach this.
Yeah.
And so what are the benefits that you see for?
Well, I mean, of course, at the time we were, trying to figure out which platform to use. And, I think we ended up with Stellar because of really the capabilities that you guys have that were so important for the regulatory environment, right? I mean, so this concept of being able to, claw back a transaction, right? That's important. We're required to do that. If there's something that happens, you got to be able to fix some of those things, and have this control environment in which we're responsible for. And the Stellar chain allowed us to do some of those things, and then. Also, you guys Stellar's amazing with how cheap your gas fees are. I mean, yeah, there's nobody else that comes near that. And, that's important to us and important to our clients. So it's really been I think, a terrific journey together.
See, that's what it comes down to. When you want companies to get on board with your network, you have to have a few things in place. First, it has to be an easy transition. You don't want anything complicated. Then it also has to be cheap because nobody wants to spend a lot of money to come into blockchain either. And then you got to look at the security. That's why I started with that in this video. Congratulations, Beans app, on launching your app on the Stellar network. Your commitment to build an open source decentralized infrastructure aligns with the values of the Stellar community. Looking forward to seeing more innovative projects on the network. Bitcoin transaction fees are becoming pricey. Looking to send Bitcoin peer-to-peer from a non-custodial wallet with zero fees? Look no further than Bean's app. Plus, you can even send Bitcoin while your friend receives USDC or EURC. That's why Beans is such a great app. And anything that you talk about with Bitcoin being cheaper is a huge benefit, because that's what's being talked about all over crypto Twitter right now, is the fact that the fees hit $30. I like how you're integrating NFT royalties from creators. It's great to see the fusion of NFTs, DeFi, and gaming. This would be a game changer for the crypto space. Looking forward to seeing more updates from you. This comes from Lightment. With the advent of smart contracts on Stellar.org, truly decentralized royalties are becoming a reality. We're making sure NFT creators are ready to leverage these unique opportunities, all at their fingertips. Wishing you all the creative week ahead. And you know, that's the other thing. People are going to be monetizing everything in the future. Their health data, any data that they have is going to be monetized in the future. Plus, you want to make sure that people are paid accordingly. You don't want that to be complicated either. Advanced Payment Solutions, Armatech, and Tempo France form ecosystem on the Stellar blockchain. The union of these three ambitious fintech market players will enable them to form an ecosystem based on the Stellar blockchain and successfully fulfill new strategic goals, including unique projects bridging traditional finance and digital finance. The union came just a few months after Armatech and Tempo France signed a strategic partnership agreement to jointly promote unique Armanotech solutions powered by the Stellar blockchain in the global payment and remittance market. So you see more tied around payments around Stellar as well. And if it's not Stellar directly, it's partners of Stellar. It's other companies that come and build on Stellar at the same time. Reflections from a trip across the pond engaging UK policymakers and regulators. And this is all about cross-border payments as well. Over there, they are on the verge of regulatory clarity. They see the value in crypto. Here in the US, not so much. We have an anti-crypto army sitting in Washington trying to tear crypto apart, tear it down, crush the retail investor along the way. All these other countries, they're pushing forward because they see the future. And I think the problem here is that politicians don't understand crypto, so they'd rather kill it than even try to figure it out. But the problem is it's already way too advanced. Now, I played this in an XRP video, and you got to hear this, because anybody who ever told you that ISO is not going to add value to XLM and XRP, take a listen.
All SEPA payments to use 2022, while the Federal Reserve in the US is encouraging financial institutions to adopt it by 2023. So what does this mean for digital currencies? ISO 2022 has the potential to play a key role in the development and implementations of CBDCs, as it provides a flexible and standardized framework for financial messaging that ensures consistency and interoperability between systems. Adopting ISO 2022 could increase the use of cryptocurrencies that are compliant with it. Two cryptocurrencies that are members of the ISO 2022 standards body are Ripple's XRP and Stellar Lumens. Recognizing the value of ISO 2022 messaging and its potential to transform the financial industry, Stronghold has utilized this technology in conjunction with blockchain ledger payments in select projects. Messaging standards are crucial for enabling the efficient and secure exchange of financial information between different systems and technologies. They play a critical role in improving the overall performance and reliability of the financial services industry.
So remember when people always said it's not going to be the cryptocurrencies that are going to be tied in with ISO, it's just going to be the companies like Stellar and Ripple? Now, there you have it. And that's where we're headed. You know, these cryptocurrencies are going to play a massive role in this. I don't think we've seen any value come from ISO yet, but we will in the future. Tokenization is revolutionizing traditional finance. I think every single company out there, banks included, are starting to realize tokenization is the future. I talked about it early in this video, but you got to understand everything around us that has value is going to be tokenized in the future. You're going to be tokenizing your own assets, such as your house, your car. It could be a multitude of things. And it's an industry that's going to grow year over year, and it's going to add value to the cryptocurrencies that we hold, because XLM is tied in with tokenization as well. And that's one thing you want to see when you invest. You want to make sure your crypto is tied to all the money. That's why when you hear about carbon and climate change, you want to make sure your crypto's tied into that, because that's what's happening. That's going to be a massive industry that's going to grow year over year as well. You want to make sure your crypto's tied to CBDCs, because every country is going to eventually go live with one. So you want to make sure you benefit off of that. You get rich off of that in the end. You want to learn how to issue assets on Stellar Network and connect them to real-world currencies. In this thread, I'll explain what anchoring is, and I wanted to share this with you. So anchoring is the process of creating a bridge between a traditional currency such as USD, EUR, or NGN, and a digital asset that represents it on the Stellar Network. Anchors are entities that provide this service and enable users to deposit and withdraw fiat money. Anchors issue credits for deposits and redeem credits for withdrawals. Credits and digital tokens that are backed by fiat reserves and follow the Stellar asset formation or format. For example, an anchor can issue USD tokens with the code USD and its own Stellar account as the issuer. Credits can be used to make payments, trade, or access other services on the Stellar network. Users can also exchange credits for other assets using Stellar's built-in decentralized exchange. For example, a user can swap USD tokens for XLM, the native currency of Stellar. To become an anchor, you need to have a Stellar account, a fiat reserve, a compliance server, and a bridge server. A compliance server handles KYC, know your customer, AML checks, and communicates with other anchors. A bridge server deposit and withdrawal request and communicates with the Stellar. You also need to follow some standards and protocols that ensure interoperability and security. These include SEP1 Stellar, SEP6 Deposit Withdrawal API, SEP10 Authentication, SEP12 Customer Info, and SEP31 Direct Payments. Anchoring is a great way to leverage the power and potential of the Stellar network. By becoming an anchor, you can offer fast, cheap, and secure cross-border payments, remittances, trading, and more. You can also join a growing ecosystem of projects and partners that use XLM. Now, I showed you this because I want to see more anchors pop up all throughout the world. But I want to see those anchors utilize the cryptocurrency that me and you hold, XLM. Every time you see payments with USDC talk, that doesn't help me or you at all. I want to see Stellar start utilizing the token more often. That way the price of XLM can rise very fast as more and more people utilize it. That's the only flaw I see with Stellar, but I think that's going to change once the new financial system rolls out. And XLM is being used on a daily basis all throughout the world. I think that's when we're actually going to see the true value of this cryptocurrency. Because there was a lot of building all throughout the bear market. I did videos on it, but yet no price movement. And you can't have building happen and a network growing with no price change on the cryptocurrency. It just doesn't work. And I said that in multiple videos, but again, I don't want to see Stellar and USD doing this project and Stellar and USD offering remittances in this country. I want to see Stellar and XLM being utilized at the same time. I'm sure most of you see that as well. And I point this out in XRP videos the same way, because we see countries utilizing RippleNet, but not using XRP and that on-demand liquidity. It's the same thing for Stellar. And I want to show you everything about your investment, not just the good things. I want to talk about the things that bother me. And that's something that bothers me. Let me know if it bothers you in the comments section down below, because there's a lot of talk about growth around USDC all the time. I want to see the growth around XLM. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.